Miss Wilson has not shied away from discussing the impact of race on why she is sometimes called not marketable. Quote from Asia Wilson, "It's 100% about race. And it's one of those things where we can sit there and say that all the time, but there's going to always be someone that's like, well, no, you're just not making it about race."
Wait, did Aja Wilson's jealousy of Caitlyn just reach its peak? After Forbes ranked Caitlyn Clark number 4 among the most powerful women in sports and the top athlete overall, star Aja Wilson's reaction has fans buzzing. Clark's rookie season pulled in $8.1 million in earnings and endorsements, broke WNBA records, boosted ratings, and changed sponsorship power. But then Wilson's choice of words, hinting that she thinks Clark's rise is something we'll see, and hinting at her having a privilege, shows the tension building among veterans. Fans are reacting, analysts are talking, and the WNBA may never look the same. Comment Clark Power if you think Caitlyn Clark needs justice from the WNBA. The backstory to this whole scenario is simple. Caitlyn Clark came into the WNBA and immediately became the star. From her rookie year, she drove massive TV spikes, record merchandise sales, and social media engagement far above league norms. In return, only one phrase was on everyone's tongues: the Caitlyn Clark effect. Forbes recognized her power, ranking her among the top women in sports and highlighting how much economic activity she generates for the WNBA. Thus, Aja Wilson's frustration with Clark makes sense, and it is definitely not new. It dates back to Clark's first major Nike deal. That $28 million guaranteed contract and an $8.1 million season instantly set a new mark for rookie earnings.
Caitlyn Clark about to take it to the bank. The Wall Street Journal reports the basketball superstar is about to sign a Nike endorsement deal worth $28 million.
Since then, Wilson's reactions have appeared repeatedly through social media posts, interviews, and subtle public comments, revealing that this isn't a one-time response but a long-standing tension. Clark's impact explains why. Her games caused viewership jumps of over 400% compared to typical WNBA broadcasts. Endorsements with Nike, Gatorade, and Wilson Sporting Goods put her alongside the top global athletes. Clark is a commercial strength who is changing the WNBA's financial future, but not everyone is happy, and that includes Wilson.
Caitlyn Clark, the girl just made $28 million with Nike. She's getting a signature shoe. Unfortunately, she is still left to deal with all of the critics. Now, why are there critics? Well, because Caitlyn Clark is white. There's a USA Today writer, his name is Mike Freeman, and he put up this post: "No black WNBA players have a signature shoe." Jamel Hill, who always likes to make a big deal when it comes to race, she's whining that Caitlyn Clark wasn't deserving of the shoe deal. It's easy to see why Caitlyn Clark was the one chosen to have the shoe deal. Nike is just not handing out shoe deals to anybody regardless of skin color. This isn't a black or white issue, this is a marketability issue for Nike. Caitlyn Clark now has become absolutely a household name. Clearly, there's a marketability here. This has nothing to do with her skin color. And for all the people trying to make a stink about it, please just shut your mouths, because you're making a bigger deal out of this than it needs to be.
Now, everything started after Caitlyn Clark's historic Nike deal, and rumors swirled about Aja Wilson being jealous of Clark's rapid rise. The speculation escalated on social media, but Wilson quickly pushed back. She responded to claims she was hating on Clark, instead framing her perspective around the difficulty of sustaining a career in the WNBA. She also commended Clark's ability to handle immense pressure. On her official account, she wrote, "I have no reason to be LOL. I truly wish all 143 players in the league the best fear. Our league is hard as hell, so to thrive and to stay in it consistently is huge. So, but stop with this jealousy stuff." The conversation deepened when Clark publicly discussed racial privilege, acknowledging her position as a white athlete in women's basketball. Wilson framed these remarks as an important moment for the league.
Caitlyn Clark says she's got white privilege in her Time Athlete of the Year piece, says the WNBA is built on black players. As quoted by Time, Clark says she earned her success, but says she has privilege because she's white. Clark says she now wants to help elevate black players.
Wilson said she believes race is a factor in Caitlyn Clark's popularity. It really is, because you can be top-notch at what you are as a black woman, but yet maybe that's something that people don't want to see. Aja also said, as a black woman in the WNBA, we have our struggles. You still have to work 10 times harder just to be seen.
It's hard showing up every day and wearing this crown. It's heavy. It gets extremely heavy.
Wilson's comments also reference past interactions with Clark. For example, after Clark became the all-time leading scorer in college basketball, Wilson remarked, "My teammate KP was like, yeah, that's huge. That's a lot of points. Don't take that for granted. Congratulations to her, but I think she's got to win one." While not overtly negative, it reflected the jealousy within the league and how everyone responds to Caitlyn's success. Overall, Wilson's remarks consistently highlight the WNBA's challenges. Her statements demand that while Clark is undeniably influential, the league must continue supporting and elevating all players, and those particularly black women who have long carried the sport's competitive foundation. Aja Wilson has long been one of the WNBA's most dominant and respected stars. She's a two-time Defensive Player of the Year, an MVP, a champion, and a best-selling author with Dear Black Girls. She also has a multi-year Nike signature shoe deal, and Forbes ranked her number 15 among the most powerful women in sports, reflecting both her on-court dominance and commercial influence. But when Caitlyn Clark entered the league, the dynamics shifted. Clark's rookie year with the Indiana Fever was historic. She broke NCAA scoring records, led her team to the national championship game, and became the first overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. Her rookie earnings, amplified by endorsements from Nike, Wilson, and Gatorade, totaled $8.1 million, more than most WNBA players earn in a year. Forbes ranked Clark number 4 on its 2025 list of most powerful women in sports, making her the top-ranked basketball athlete. Wilson also contextualized Clark's rapid success through race. In an interview with the Associated Press, she said Clark's rise is a huge thing, and acknowledged the advantages Clark may have had as a white athlete. It really is, because you can be top-notch as a black woman, but maybe that's something people don't want to see, she said. They don't see it as marketable, and that's why it boils my blood. Wilson's perspective also sheds light on a larger conversation in women's basketball. While Clark's rookie year made headlines for breaking records and racking up millions in endorsements, Wilson emphasizes that her own experience reflects the grind required to stay at the top. She spent years establishing herself as a cornerstone of the WNBA, building brand partnerships, leading her team, and advocating for equity and player rights. The contrast between Clark's meteoric rise and Wilson's established but steady career highlights systemic questions about visibility, marketing, and race in the league. Clark's rapid ascent, with massive TV ratings, sold-out arenas, and social media dominance, shows the potential for commercial success when the league amplifies the right narratives. Meanwhile, Wilson points out that black women in the league often don't receive the same opportunities for exposure or branding, regardless of talent. Caitlyn Clark is also changing the game off it too. In 2024, she accounted for about 26.5% of the WNBA's total economic activity, from ticket sales to merchandise to TV deals. That's huge. Games with Clark averaged 1.2 million viewers, almost triple the typical numbers for WNBA games. Even attendance jumped. Fever home games were pulling in around 17,000 fans, up nearly 50% from the previous season. Brands are noticing. Nike, Gatorade, and Wilson are all investing big in her. Her deals are about cultural reach, influence, and drawing in entirely new audiences. She's a full-on marketing force. But here's where it gets interesting. Aja Wilson, a star and two-time Defensive Player of the Year, has spoken up. She's not saying Clark isn't talented, far from it, but she's pointing out how Clark's rise highlights bigger issues in the league.
This mentality is undermining American culture. And this is the fatigue that people are talking about. It's like, how long are we going to go on with this insanity?
Wilson emphasizes that black women in the WNBA often don't get the same exposure or marketing attention. It's a conversation about equity, visibility, and how success is recognized. For sponsors, this is a tricky balance. Clark brings massive attention and revenue, but focusing too heavily on one player could create tension around fairness and inclusion. The league, the brands, and the players all have to navigate this new reality. Caitlyn Clark is reshaping the WNBA. She's proving what's possible for female athletes financially, commercially, and culturally. And at the same time, her rise is forcing the league to confront some uncomfortable truths. Everyone's watching, and this story isn't slowing down anytime soon. The story between A'ja Wilson and Caitlyn Clark is about the WNBA changing right before our eyes. Clark's rookie season broke records and brought huge attention to women's basketball, while Wilson's experience and voice show the hard work it takes to stay at the top. Their rivalry highlights both excitement and tension in the league. As the WNBA grows, conversations about fairness, visibility, and opportunity will only get louder. So subscribe to the channel, because we've got more updates coming soon. Comment "Elevate Everyone" if you think the WNBA should use Clark's platform to boost all players, and share this with one fan who needs to see how sports, business, and equity are colliding right now.